Now, of course, with the bedding, some of the proper bedding you can have in the bed with the child. Of course, you want to have many of their sheets and any cushions. Of course, make sure all their cushions are safe. Whoops! I have my beautiful locket that my dear friend Lizzie gave to me. Well, this is made out of a pure cotton batiste, and it has, of course, this beautiful embroidery that Aunt Lizzie had put on the edges of it for baby. Here we are. And it's a beautiful cotton batiste, very soft. And the interior is, I don't know if you're able to see that, but it's a cream. And then Aunt Lizzie thought to add the cotton lawn along with some lace to decorate the trim of the pillow. And then we, of course, have some embroidery there from Aunt Lizzie. So a very beautiful piece. And for little Elizabeth, this is absolutely a perfect piece for her pram. Excuse me. I'm so concerned about Laddie when he walks out and about. I must make sure that John had him, and I see that he does. I don't want him causing any sorts of mischief about the property with their kitty. So the next item I wanted to show you was the cotton knit stockings. And these will keep babies and toddlers' feet nice and warm should they manage to kick off as they get older. Of course, you may not need to have the band tied at the bottom, like as if a sack, so a baby can kick about and not lose the covering on their limbs to keep their limbs nice and warm and keep the blood circulating. But excuse me, of course, oh goodness, please excuse me. I'm still a bit concerned of Laddie. I want to make certain he's not any bit of trouble for John. I truly hope not. Well, as I said, the knit stockings will keep babies' feet nice and warm, and in the event they should kick off their blankets. So these ones, and these of course are basically made out of the same cotton knit of the nightshirt. And these are of course very good for not only the colder weather, but of course the warmer weather as well, because cotton of course adapts to all seasons. Another item of which I wanted to speak to you about is, but I want to show you. Once baby has graduated from the band, they are able to wear a small, very thin, loosely tied pantaloon, as well with their night garments. Once, of course, as I said, once they have graduated from the band, or of course the diaper, and you of course all remember what I had mentioned about the diapers and proper cleansing of them to keep baby's skin clean, fresh, and healthy. Now I had planned on having Laddie here to help me. But it seems he would prefer to be running about in the gardens with the kitty. Now, I had mentioned we have all types of weather to be concerned of with all seasons, and you want to make certain baby and toddler are dressed absolutely properly for each season. Now, some of the items of which I had not been able to share with you last time were more of the flannels. Now, this flannel gown is very warm, very soft, and very comfortable. And this is for a child closer to a toddler's size, and about 2 years of age, I would say. And this nice gown shall keep the child warm, not only at retirement and bedtime, but of course as well when you are taking them out and about in the fall, right through the winter into the spring. And this nice cotton flannel gown will keep your child nice and warm, toasty warm, I should say, and keep them from catching a chill or a draft, which we would like to try to avoid at all costs, of course. And here is another small petticoat. It's a flannel petticoat, and one can place this, of course, under, if one wanted, they can stitch this, loosely baste this to the nightwear, so you don't have to rely upon the drawstring. And if you would just baste this along the upper portion from the waist down in the nightgown, and it will keep baby's upper torso area along with the nightshirt quite warm. And again, this is all soft cotton flannel. And I would say, of course, the drawstrings are a concern when you have very, very small infant, a baby. So I would truly advise to remove the drawstring and baste the garment inside the nightwear for an extra lining. Oh, I do believe we have covered quite a bit there. Right. Well, the last time we were enjoying one another, I was so excited and so happy that I was quickly going through all my garments, and I missed so many. Now, as you can see, we have one of the family photographs of some of the children, and you can see many of the beautiful white cotton lawn garments worn by the girls of many different ages. And here is for a young girl, and this would be quite proper. This autumn would be fine to still wear this. But this would be most proper in spring and summer. Don't forget, Aunt Lizzie will be having her many picnics, of which I do hope you shall plan to join us for them. They are so relaxing and enjoyable with all the family on the grounds of Barbour. Absolutely beautiful with the rolling steps as they cascade down the actual lawn that cascades down. So beautiful, so relaxing, and I do hope to see everyone next spring there at Barbour. Well, this gown here has beautiful cutwork right here, beautiful lace trim, and if one can see such beautiful lace work at the base, it's all a crochet lace. Yes, embroidery once again, and a very petite peach ribbon. And it closes in back with 3 mother of pearl buttons. A little bit of gathering, so as your child grows, I don't know if one can see this, but it's a little bit of gathering at the band. You would be able to let this out as your child grows, and you could possibly also add some length in at the base. But another wonderful garment to prepare to have your child to wear once the weather is back to such wonderful warm days, cool evenings, so we can have plenty of picnics outside. This is one of my favorite gowns. This was actually, I do believe this might have been one of mine. I do believe so. I have so many things with me today. Is it not beautiful? It has the drop waist. Now, when I was a wee girl, many of our garments had consisted of velvets. Here is the jacket I wore. You see the glass buttons, the black glass buttons. It's quite hard to see, but, and then the fitted jacket, shirtwaist bodice jacket. It's all velvet, and this is from my youth that I wore as a young lady. And of course, we also wore many of the drop waist dresses, both myself as well as my brothers. Uh, they, of course, would not have the pink ribbon, but here's another gown that I would have worn. And what it is, you can still, of course, your child, so the drop waist gowns and the drop waist dresses are suitable for both boys and girls up to several years of age. And this would be a perfect garment for your daughter, your child, your niece, for the upcoming springs and picnic, and the picnics in the springs, of course. And here's another. Such a beautiful, and this of course is all cotton lawn, like the dresses you see here in our family photo. Beautiful embroidery, lace insertion just about everywhere. This, I do believe this is another one of the gowns that Aunt Lizzie had sewn together for the girls. So beautiful. Oh, and it just makes me dream and think of the picnics to come. Such wonderful times ahead. And the back, of course, closes with all mother-of-pearl buttons. Very nice. Some things of which I wanted to quickly mention to you with our children. When you are having reception, tea, you are having a guest to the house, make sure your children rise when your guests enter and greet them properly. And of course, always remind your children not to be running out and rushing out the door. Should you decide to take tea outside, of course, if you have a very nice, warm, breezy day and you wish to take tea outdoors on the porch, make certain the children show very good manners and always instill these, and that they don't rush out the door, that they instead hold the door for mother and her guests. Should father be there as well, the door shall be held for him as well. Please remind your children not to rush out before you and your guests, and at all possible events have them hold the door open for you. It shall be a very good impression upon your guests. About the child dressing, there's many things, of course, they're going to find of interest that we, their mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and all the adults, the children, of course, are going to find the way we dress quite interesting and wish to adopt the same practices. Now, some of the things I wish to mention were, ladies, our perfumes, our colognes in our bottles. And of course, the little girls love smelling, oh, I can smell it right through the glass topper. And this is a bottle of L'Orgeon by Coty, which is very, very popular. Very, very nice smells. My little niece has been very inquisitive about these bottles. So one thing I may like to remind you, please be patient with your child as they're learning things and learning your forms of dress and the routine of which you, and the ritual of which you perform every time you dress for each event throughout the day and for family receptions. You share this with them, and this you can let them either dab themselves, of course only in your presence, or you can dab it a bit on them. And then at times when you're dressing their hair, you can put some of your perfume in your hands, and as you're fixing their hair and braiding their hair, the perfume will be on your hands. It will make their hair smell absolutely beautiful, and the girls will very much love it. Now, for our little boys, they of course are always looking about to see how of course the men, the adults in their life, their fathers or uncles, their older brothers, of course, their cousins, are preparing themselves when they do their daily rituals. Well, one of the things that they do love to smell, just as the girls, are, of course, the colognes. Now, this one is quite empty. You know what I always have in here? I make certain my Tommy has his favorite cologne, 4711. Yes, his favorite cologne. But I see that I put it out here to share with you. It's about empty, so Nellie will have to go shopping once again. She, of course, get Tommy some more, obtain some more cologne for Tommy. And, of course, possibly something for myself. But we won't tell him. But the cologne bottles, of course, the young men would be quite interested in as well, as the same for the boys. Please, of course, supervise as they are interested in trying the colognes, and the girls are trying the perfumes. Always supervise, because it would not take much for them to drop one of these bottles and hurt themselves and cut themselves on the bottle. Of course, you have your medicine bottles, of course, on your vestibule and there by your washstand. So, of course, keep those secured so the children cannot, of course, over everything. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you. Paper stage. Yes. Ladies, you know your ladies' home journals and your McCall's magazines with all your sewing patterns? Well, this is a wonderful, wonderful project for your little girls, that they can take the colorful cutouts from the magazines and cut all around them and make their own paper dolls. And these entertainments are very, very safe for your children, and it's something I think all your little girls would enjoy. So the paper dolls is something to be considered. And of course, one can even, if they wished, well, hello, laddie. Are you coming to join me? Are you coming? Oh, how wonderful it is to see you. I'm still talking to everybody. Should you like to join me? I would love to have you here. Why don't you sit here with Nellie? Did you have fun? Maybe perhaps you'd like to tell everyone about your excursions in the garden. Were you chasing Uncle John's kitty? Were you? I think you were. Laddie's back to join us. Laddie, perhaps you would join us to continue sharing for a bit longer? Nellie would be so grateful to have you with her. And Laddie, my dear buddy, what do I have here? Yes, you still have a couple things from Uncle James and Uncle John. I think you have plenty here to keep you quite busy for a while. Yes. I see he's going to walk about the house, so you will see him from time to time. Laddie, you can come back whenever you wish, so he'll be in and out in the room here with us. So once again, I just wanted to mention that, ladies, if you allow your girls to use your ladies' home journals, your sewing magazines, they can make beautiful paper dolls. They're quite striking, that they can share with their friends and their family. And this makes a wonderful project. Of course, with the holidays approaching, paper items are absolutely, it strikes the imagination. I do think your little ones would absolutely love these. So something to consider. I wanted to show you. I'm so excited to be here with you, and I often forget of all the things I'd like to share. This is a paper stage, and this is another item that your little girls can make. And I don't know where I've placed them, but there's these little blocks that come out, made out of paper once again. And they come out across the front of the stage. And this is where they can have their own little fashion show, all made out of paper. Once again, something to consider for the upcoming holidays, as we will all be together. And that's something the children can share. Here we
this moment, only in my dreams. You're missing, but you're always a heartbeat from me. I'm lost now without you. I don't know where you are. I keep watching, I keep hoping, but time keeps us apart. Is there a way I can find you? Is there a sign I should know? Is there a road I could follow to bring you back home? Winter lies before me. Now you're so far away. In the darkness of my dreaming, the light of you will stay.